Hey guys, it's Aubrey with Muttley Plans. I hope everybody had a great month and is having a good start to their April. Just gonna do an April monthly setup with y'all. The kit that I'm using is Brienne Nicole Designs. Um, I'll have to check the name of it, but anyway, it's the Bumblebee kit. I have been wanting to use this since I got it, but I've been making myself wait until April, because it's just such a stinking cute kit. And the name of it, by the way, is Honeybee Kit. I went ahead and I got the full kit plus the add-on, so I had plenty of boxes to work with. Um, in the beginning here, I'm just deciding what I want to use full box wise up at that top left-hand column. I decide to put that one back and actually get a Bumblebee one, like it's a huge hit you in your face Bumblebee. Yeah, that one right there. Also, all snoring today is courtesy of Elvira. So if you hear any puppy snores, yeah, that's her. She's very cute. She's on the couch by me. So I really enjoyed this kit, but I do wish that the washi tape, or the washi strips, had a little bit more green in them. Both of the strips were, yellow, and then you can see this one that I'm putting down right here was mostly white with some a couple of flowers and bumblebees that of course were yellow and black, right? And so the bottom of this, using the washi tape on it, it fell a little bit flat for me personally. Not because I didn't like the overall art of it. I actually really love the art, especially the honeycomb strip that I'm putting down right now. Super cute, but I do wish that there was more of that green color, which is why I actually chose the green, which you'll see in a moment, to mark in all of my part-time job um events that I have coming up, because I had like, I want to say like 7 or 8, something like that. Uh Events for my part-time job that I, you know, have this month. And so I actually, that's why I chose that green to go in, is because I was like, wow, this is like really, really yellow. So I wanted to go in with that green. I kind of wish that I had some sort of like green washi tape that I could have put in between the honeycomb and the honeybees to break it up a little bit. I just didn't have anything in my stash, and well, I wasn't about to go spend more money. So I just left it as, and truthfully, while it looks a little bare and kind of in the beginning with what I have down right now, towards the end it actually started taking shape. So I was really glad that in this kit, Brienne Nicole Designs did add all of those green and dark grayish brown colors into this kit to use. That way it's not just yellow and white. That would be boring. So, on this left side, I went ahead and I wanted to put down my goals. I really liked how that worked out not yesterday, last month, where I chose 6 goals for the month. I think it was 10 days doing 10,000 steps, read one book, do Devo every day, go on at least one hike with Kelvin, my husband. And there were a couple more that I cannot remember. Oh, I wanted to get 20 or maybe 25. No, I think it's 20 subscribers on YouTube, which I blew past that. I have 30 now, which is crazy. Um because I remember, or it may have even been 15 subscribers. Anyway, I'm spending too much time on this topic, but like I had this, like, I would have been happy if I only got 3 subscribers last month that were new, and it wound up like double what my goal was, and I was like, wow. Um Anyway, so it was really interesting. I've kind of enjoyed tracking my stats, but I also haven't been too obsessive over it, which is kind of the spot that I want to be on this, because honestly, I just want to have a good time. And I enjoy sharing like my my process and just my planners, and get to planner talk and talk about my fountain pens and everything. It's just been really nice. And then it's also cool because I don't have any other like planning friends, or fountain pen friends. I mean, my husband's getting into fountain pens, which is chef's kiss. But, you know, I don't tend to have a ton of people to talk about, journaling and everything. And so this YouTube channel, I've actually gotten a couple of people like commenting and stuff. And so it's been nice to be able to kind of chat back and forth, um, and everything with other people who are like, oh, yes, I love stationery. Um, Anyway, so it's been really cool, and I've really enjoyed like all of everything, honestly, so far. So it's been nice. Um, but yeah, so top one is goals. I actually did not put any goals for YouTube this month, because honestly, I have no idea what my goal would be. Like, I have, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm just along for the ride. So I did decide, and you'll see when I put them down, I did not meet my doing Devo every day. I think I missed 1 or 2 days last month, which I was really bummed about. So I carried that over to this month. I was 1 day shy of getting 10 days at 10K. So 10 days at 10K steps is going on the goals again this year. I mean, this month. I am happy to report that the first of this month, the 1st of April, I got my 10,000 steps in, and that's no joke. And then it is the 2nd of April, and I think I'm online to hit my 10,000 again. So, I am determined that I will absolutely hit 10 days at 10K this month. And then next month, I'll probably shoot to do more days at 10K. Um, Oh, I also, instead of putting to go for a hike this week or this month, I did make just going for a walk with my husband at least one time this month. And you might be like, wait, what? I do that every day with my husband. Yes, but it's gotten a little bit more difficult. Like, I've gotten busier, I've gotten this part-time job, stuff like that. Life is lifing. And so I just want at least one walk this this month with them. Hopefully we can get more than one, but I like to lowball myself, um and then like get a baseline for what is, something that's achievable, and then I'll, challenge myself that way. I also am making it a point this month to get back into strength training for workouts. So I've got a band, a TheraBand, and I'm gonna do some workouts and stuff to try to get back into some strength training, because I am getting a little older. I'm not old, I'm just not 18 anymore. And so I know as I age, like my body will just benefit so much from me, you know, doing more strength training and stuff. Anyway, so stepping away from the goals, I also put a list of priorities down at the bottom of that left-hand column. I'll go back in and fill all of that in a little bit, but I wanted to go ahead and put down like my main events on my schedule. So the green boxes are all games that I'll be covering for my part-time job. So I do work as an athletic trainer at a local college, and I'm just PRN or as needed. And so I'll go in when they need me to and cover some games. Helps them out, and then also it helps me get a little bit of extra money so that I can pay off some bad decisions that I made in college called credit cards. So that's what those green boxes are. That yellow box actually pertains to my full-time job. And so that's just me marking in a specific event that I have coming up at my full-time job for this month. And then I did go ahead and mark in all of my paydays, which is what you see me doing right now. That book that I am using is it's an Agenda 52, and I believe it's daily life or chores or something. If you're not familiar with Agenda 52, I think I say this every video, so I'm sorry. But Agenda 52, I've only ever found it at Hobby Lobby. So if you shop at Hobby Lobby, then you should be able to find quite a few of these booklets there that are the Agenda 52. Most of my stickers come from Agenda 52s just because I have a lot of them that I've collected over the past 4 or 5 years. And then also I get the Happy Planner booklets. I have a few booklets that are like random ones off of like AliExpress or Amazon, but for the most part, stickers that I pull out are from Agenda 52 or Happy Planner. So, but anyway, marked in all 4 of my paydays because I get paid twice a month for my main job and then twice a month for my part-time. So mark those down. Those yellow dots that I put down earlier are marking in when I plan on posting to YouTube. So you probably noticed that the majority of my middle of the week ones got shifted from Wednesday to Thursday. I still haven't decided if I like posting stuff on Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday kind of gives me a little bit more time, but I don't know. I say that while I'm doing this voiceover on a Wednesday so that I can post it on a Thursday. So there might be something to giving myself a little bit more time in the week. I did also put down just a little flag sticker that came in the kit. And then in that flag sticker, I put a script that says pick up groceries. So my husband and I make a trip once a month to Costco in the OKC area. And we just kind of make a day of it out in OKC. And so that's where we go to pick up like our bulk groceries and stuff like that. It's pretty fun actually. I had never done Costco before. I'd only ever done Sam's Club, but I will say I'm liking the Costco. They literally have everything. So we've been enjoying that, and we've been enjoying making, just a day of it. It's nice. You didn't miss much right there. I kind of, jumped over it, but I did write in all of my different games that I'll be covering. into those green boxes, and then now I'm writing in what my goals for the month are. And I may have edited it out, but I you do see me going back and forth because I had like two or three goals. I think two of my goals that I did not meet last month, and that was the 10 days with 10 at 10K, and then or 10K in 10 days, it doesn't matter anyway. And the daily Devo. So I wanted to make sure that I carried those two over because those are still things that I want to do. I went ahead, I did meet my goal of reading one book last month, but I went ahead and kept my goal of reading one book because I read one entire book last month. And I read that in like 2 weeks. But then I've been working on the same, like not the same book, but the other book that's in the series, Graceling, which I do love, but it's just taking me forever. So I went ahead and just gave myself, hey, if I finish one whole book this month, I'm a happy camper. So maybe next month I'll move to the whole, like, maybe we'll do 2 books this month or something. I don't know. So I am coming in. That fountain pen that I am using is my Jinhao Century 100 in the colorway Guava. Super cute. I bought it because for whatever reason, pink and green make me think of Christmas. So I bought it at Christmas time. My husband thinks I'm crazy. But I don't know. Green and pink make me think of Christmas. Anyway, the ink that I have in there is Monteverde's Hope. If you've seen my fountain pen ink content, then you know that that is not my favorite color. But I decided to force myself to use it to see if I'm just crazy. Which, FYI, I'm only half crazy because it seems like only certain times it feathers on this paper, this Tomoe River. And other times it's a perfect little angel. So I have no idea if it's the paper, if it's the ink itself, or what is going on. But as you can see, like there's some places, some words that I write that are slightly feathered, and then others that are just perfect. I don't know. Does anybody else have issues with their Monteverde ink like this? It's really weird. Honestly, it's the only ink. Well, I take that back. My Sailor Studio, I think it's 641, did that randomly, but then I never had an issue with it again. So I don't know. Maybe it's my paper or something. Who knows? And I went ahead and just filled in the rest of my goal. So another new goal for me this month is that I want to do at least 2 weeks where I meal prep. And don't get me wrong, right? When I say meal prep, I mean for lunch. We're not talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's just a little bit too much energy for me. I'm specifically only talking about making my lunch for the entire week when I talk about meal prep. So, but I do want to have 2 weeks where I do that because I find if I can make something tasty, I'll have it and have it ready to go. Like I just grab and go to work. I don't go out to eat or anything like that, which saves money, which is very, very good for me. So, want to try to work my way into meal prep. I'm not really gonna jump head first and be like, I'm gonna do it every week. I'm gonna shoot to do it just 2 weeks and see how that goes, and then maybe next month I might do 3 weeks and just do that. I like to ease into things. And so that's what that's about. And then um I don't remember if I mentioned it in any of my previous videos, but one of our babies, Ethel, she's our brindle pup, she has been having horrible allergies for the last several months. And so we decided to bite the bullet and get her allergy tested, which was expensive. It was like $400 for this test. Um, but the vet finally called because it takes like 2 weeks to get the results in. The vet called and was like, hey, we have the results in, can you come in and talk with us? So the vet called and we have an appointment on Thursday the 3rd to go over those results. So fingers crossed we will know what is causing her to itch herself raw, and we will be able to, get her the care that she needs. This is also a really long pause that I didn't cut out. I probably should, but I didn't. Um, and then we're back. So I decided to go ahead and use that this Jinhao Century 100 with Monteverde Hope ink. Throughout this monthly spread, I kind of regret the fact that I decided to use my black ink only on the goals in this sidebar, and then like halfway through, I guess my brain was like, no, we want to use the green ink. And so I really do like how the green kind of pops on the page, especially with this kit. I just regret that I didn't think to do the green ink earlier when I was writing down the goals. I actually kind of thought about going back over the black, and I was like, no, that's not gonna work. So anyway, moving on. So I did put in those little alarm clocks to mark in that I do have to turn in my timesheet for those 2 days. And I think at this point I was like, wow, I'm really weekend heavy. Like Thursday through Sunday is hopping. And then you look Monday through Wednesday is like, no, we don't have anything going on. Which I think is funny, and I'll have to look back at my planner, but I think that's pretty much every month for me, is that like I always have a lot going on in the second half of the week, but the first half of the week, nothing. So, one of my priorities that I wrote down for this month is get on track. So, and I was even talking with my husband about this yesterday, I think, but I just feel like I have been so unorganized and unmotivated lately. So my goal is I need to get back on track. I need to, or I would like to, be more organized as an individual. And so that's where stuff like the meal prep comes in. I also noticed when I was marking in like my tracking of like workouts and stuff, like I started off really strong at the beginning of the month, the past couple of months, but then I fell off the wagon. So, like, getting back on track with my fitness and stuff like that is a goal. Getting back on track with my faith, my budgeting, stuff like, and just being back on track, doing better, being a better steward, which is my word of the year, of my life and my family. So what I'm doing right now is I am putting this as a divider, but I'm actually doing it in a different orientation. So for whatever reason in my brain, I could not tip this in the normal way, because if I tipped it in the normal way, then I would split and have April 1st and 2nd. I would have April 1st and 2nd on one side of this vellum, and then the rest of April on the other side. And I just couldn't do that. So I tipped it in backwards, which you can tell right here what I'm doing. Like, I just made it to where it's a trifold instead of a bifold type situation. I just tipped it in the opposite of what you would usually do for a tip in. This vellum I got from Joann's. They're going on a business sale, and so naturally I took advantage like a vulture. And I grabbed several different things of vellum because they were pretty and cheap. So, and as you can tell, I am making a separate page. It's gonna be kind of like my monthly tracker slash cheat sheet. So what I've been doing the past, I think, 3 months, or this is my third month, is I'm tracking my wellness, which wellness for me right now is tracking my weight, and seeing how it fluctuates throughout the week. I feel like certain times of the month I am a lot heavier, and then other times I'm a lot less heavy, stuff like that. And so I want to track my weight and see what it does. I don't obsess over it, like I'm not on the scale every day, but I do check my weight 1 to 2 times a week, just to kind of see where I'm at. And naturally, like the majority of people, I would like to see my weight kind of trend down on a scale. Sadly, it seems to just bounce all over the place. If you can see the little March tracker. But I would like to eventually see it trend down, and stuff. And so I want to track that for myself. I also track my YouTube stats. So I track, you know, my number of videos that I have, how many likes, how many views, and then how many subscribers. And then, so I'll mark in what my count is for that at the beginning of the month. And then at the end, when I'm doing my monthly closeout, I'll just go in and I'll mark what I close the month out with. And it's been really neat to like see that, and see it grow. Like I went from, and I'm sure it's like a useless stat, but like it was really nutso. Like the number of views that I had beginning the month of March was like 695. And then I ended March with 1.2 thousand. So like 1,200. So I almost doubled how many views I got in 1 month. And that's wild to me, honestly. And like, I think I started out March with just 13 subscribers and I ended up with 29. That's crazy to me. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, I also track my Instagram. I do have an Instagram, but I don't post on it. I do not post on it very often. I am horrible at social media. Like I will absolutely lurk and just like scroll through socials, but I'm awful at it. Like, some people have just a mind and a brain for it, and they can come up with cute little snappy like captions, and I'm like, yeah, here's my planner. Yeah, um, so Instagram, Facebook, all of that is definitely not my jam, but I do have an Instagram um that I get on every now and then. I also track my ink of the month. The ink of the month for March was Wearingle's Persephone. Um, I bought it because like I liked it. It looked like it was a cool color. Um, I've used it several times and I think it's been the ink of the month twice now, maybe. Um, I do like it, but it is very dry, and I like my inks to be a little bit more wet and come onto the page a little bit easier. And so that kind of bugs me a little bit. Like the color is very pretty, um, but the flow, even in a Twisby, which is what I had it in, um, was not my favorite. Like I wasn't crazy impressed by it. I don't know. So, yeah, wearing gold Persephone. But I mean, look at that swatch. It's beautiful. And it's got like some sparkle in it, which is kind of cool. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is me just copying and pasting basically. And then what I do next is, oh, I'm still stamping stuff in. Oh, and by the way, the letter stamps, the big ones, and then that April stamp, and then the letter stamp that I'm using here. I got all of those off of Amazon. I don't really have a link or anything, but I have full confidence if you are shopping at Amazon that you would just be able to type in like letter stamps and it will come up with this stuff. So, not stressing. That little bottle stamp, or mason jar stamp, where I'm putting that ink swatch in right now, I got that from Joann's on sale, so I don't really know where else you can go, but I'm sure, you could find it somewhere if you tried. The ink of the month is my favorite, Ferris Wheel Press Autumn in Auburn. Beautiful ink. I love this ink. It's a fantastic ink. This is also probably the third time since I started videoing myself that this is the ink of the month, and I realize that's probably not the best, but I can't help it. I really thank you, Elvie, for the shaking. I can't help myself. It's like I love this ink and I missed it. Like last month I had Persephone, and actually halfway through the month I stopped using my pen that had Persephone in it, because I was like, golly, I'm tired of looking at purple and I can't just choose whatever I want and write with it in my notes pages and stuff. And so I think I'm coming to realize my ink of the month needs to be like a very basic color that goes well with everything. So like a brown, a gray, um, something that just goes well with everything. Or like if I'm confident that that is going to be a theme in all of my weeklies, like a color like that, maybe I can do that. But I just felt like the purple of Persephone kind of kept me from being able or wanting to even use it because it just didn't always go with my different themes that I had. So these little butterfly things might look familiar, and it's because they are. So that vellum that I put on, that you saw me put on earlier, I had some leftovers, and so I just went in and I cut out each of the butterflies that were left over. so that I could just put them in somewhere in my planner. I did not plan what I'm doing right now. I was looking, I was like, man, I really want to use these butterflies. And then, opportunity occurred and I seized it. So that's why I'm putting these different butterflies. That's where they came from. I just used double-sided tape to secure them. Hopefully they will stay on well. We will find out. And then again, I decided to tip it in to where it flows and does that trifold effect, like the vellum. And truthfully, I really like this. I probably will use this technique again whenever it is warranted because it's pretty neat. The only thing I will say is if you do this, you need to make sure that you cut the vellum thinner, more thin than your actual page size. Otherwise it's going to get caught up, it's going to bunch up, and it's not going to be fun. So that is one thing that I made certain I did when I cut that. Oh, and then I also forgot the most important holiday of the year, Easter. I did feel bad. But I caught it before I finished my setup. So yeah, I don't know. Silver linings, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I did go back in and I hand lettered Easter on this quarter box, or is this a half box? It's a half box. And I put that in on Easter Sunday. And I know for a fact we won't have anything going on because me and my husband will be volunteering all day at church. So was able to put that in. That is it for this setup, actually. It came together a lot better. So it started out, I was kind of disappointed because it was just yellow and white. But once I put that green in there, it brightened it up and it made it look so much better. So I was really glad that Brienne Nicole Designs added in that pop of green, and also that she made the different colors of yellow and then that like charcoal dark gray black. I also was super happy with how this vellum tip-in turned out. I've been able to journal in all of this, no problem. It hasn't bothered me. I suspect it won't bother me once I, move on past these first couple of days of April. But anyway, all right. Thank you. If you've made it this far, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.